Okay, so first things first, we're gonna do a little trick on what to do if you don't have tomato sauce. So I got a little bit of tomato paste, and I feel like they always give you too much. So you're actually gonna open both ends, and then you don't have to like dig it out and get anything dirty. So you can just kind of push it all the way through. This is about, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons, maybe a little bit more. I wish I had exact measurements, but I was just using something up. And then Hobie tries to eat as always. And then we're going to add broth to this. So I have organic chicken broth, and you can put beef broth, you can put whatever you have on hand. And I just continued to add it until it became the consistency that I liked. You can use a whisk, you can use a fork, you can use whatever you like. I have the automatic one right next to me, but I didn't want to spray myself. Anyways, that's the consistency that I was looking for, which was pretty easy. And then we're gonna add some French's yellow mustard. Now it first came out just water, which is so irritating. So make sure to shake it first, and then you want at least a teaspoon. I like to add a little bit at a time, and then you add more based on your own personal preference and flavors. So I'm doing a tablespoon of organic apple cider vinegar. I'll provide everything that I use specifically in links below in case you are curious and want to recreate exactly what I did. Again, get your fork, do your thing. Now this is lamb. I don't like lamb. We kind of went on a whim and we had a bunch of it, and I was gonna use it for sloppy joes. Use ground beef, ground pork, ground whatever it is. I mean, if you're like a vegetarian, you could like use like ground mushrooms or something. Anyways, you're gonna brown that behind you while we cut this onion. I wanted to slow it down here and really show you how I cut an onion because it can kind of be a pain. Now older onions, I just take the extra layer off because it's really difficult to get it off. And then I cut it vertically. You have to squeeze the layers together really closely like I am here without cutting yourself. And then you want to go the opposite direction. So that way you can get really symmetrical small pieces, because onions have their own, little lines, and you kind of can use that to your benefit. Now in this scenario, I didn't have a very sharp knife and I get a little nervous, and so I will chop it like this. In my other videos, I have used the nut chopper that I have, which can be really handy, but I wanted chunks, not mush, for this particular recipe. But if I'm eating a sloppy joe and I get a huge like 1/4-inch piece of onion, I'm gonna be pissed. Like, I do not like that flavor very much, but I like the added nutrients as well as the actual flavor of it. I just don't like the texture, if that makes any sense. And as you can see, I'm adding it to the mixture. Now, this is gonna be a little bit Blair Witch Project-y, which I apologize for. I'm still working on an overhead video cam, but I'm just mixing the ingredients together, as you can see there, while it's on medium-low. And then we're going to get the rest of these spices, which are my favorite. So we're gonna do Lakanto monk fruit sweetener, is a substitute for brown sugar. It is amazing. I can only find it online, so I'll point it below. And then a whole tablespoon of paprika. I like smoked paprika because I feel like it has a better flavor. I like everything to have a little bit of kick, so that's organic cayenne. And then some garlic powder, but I was showing you, like, I didn't want to have to show you that I was opening it because it had gotten so humid that it wasn't coming out. And then it came out too fast. Life happens and we all kind of make mistakes. Cumin is a great addition to this. I really feel like it gives it kind of something extra. And then just my spices. Again, I will link all of the exact ones that I use below so you can get them yourself, and then you kind of just stir it up. Now you can put this directly into the hot pan, but I like to mix them just because I'm extra. Now this particular recipe, I'm not going to be providing any of the amounts, because this is a recipe from another blogger, which I will provide below if you really want the recipe. I love the way that these buns come out, and I've used this recipe over and over and over again. And I would never want to steal anybody else's content, but I do like to kind of watch other people make things and go really fast and not have to actually do anything, which I thought I'd provide here. Now these substitutes are because I don't use any carbs in my food, and so these are more full-fat, low-carb sort of flour substitutes, and you can use these in cakes, pancakes, cupcakes, all kinds of stuff like that. The egg and the psyllium husk is going to provide the tackiness that you need for these to stay together. That's what the gluten does in food, in your regular breaded foods, and you need to substitute something in that's going to hold it all together. Now this is a kind of tedious process. I don't know why my eggs are not separating this day, but we all have our moments. And there's a specific way that you add the water into it, and you add everything as you go to make it come out these beautiful, awesome sloppy joe rolls.